welcome to The Positive Side on RVN TV. I'm Anne DeSantis, your host. It's always great to be here. And today I have someone who is super positive. I am excited to host Julien Guiteau. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me. I'm appreciative, very.
I am too. Now, Julien is a presenter and also a client services representative with Viacom in New York, a job that he really loves and had his eyes on years ago. And then he's living out his dream, working there, and also with the work that he's doing with two shows. He's got Adventures with Julien and Chillin with Julien. I like them both. They're online, and they're also on Facebook and Instagram, so we're going to talk a lot about those two shows. But I thought we could just start out with the beginning, because you're a creative person. I know that you originally started out in Queens, New York.
Yes.
Then you moved off to the Lehigh Valley area for a while.
Yeah.
He's a graduate of the great DeSales University. Hello, DeSales. Graduated in 2018, where my daughter graduated too last year, 2019.
Yes.
And I met him through something called the Bulldog Bash. So we're going to talk about that soon, but we're going to start out with telling us about the beginning and your creative journey that you've been on.
Yeah, so definitely. Queens, New York. I was born and raised there, lived there for 10 years. Family was getting bigger. I'm the oldest of four. And we moved out to Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And I started off 5th grade all the way up until college. And school was pretty cool in PA. It was a different lifestyle than New York. But definitely knew that I wanted to be back in New York, primarily because of the opportunity. I was a marketing major at DeSales University, and media was something that I really wanted to get into. So the mecca of media is New York, and I wanted to be there so bad. I was a career ambassador at DeSales University, and we had an opportunity to take a trip to Viacom, which owns a variety of networks. My jaw was on the floor when I was in the building, and I knew I wanted to be there. Networked, continue to call, LinkedIn, anything you could think of. But it wasn't until I stepped foot in New York grounds where things started to move. And
I know they have. I enjoy your social media presence so much, and I know others do too.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's really great. So remember, Adventures with Julien, Chillin with Julien. And it said on his site, said Adventures with Julien is a web video series on YouTube and other social media, hosted by Julien Guiteau and filmed by various talented videographers. So I thought I'd just share that with the viewers. And
so. Adventures with Julien, how did this start? Well, I wanted to do something where my friends in PA could see what was the life of New York and things to do there. So it started off as little tours in Times Square and little tours in different areas. And at the end of the day, I realized I have to figure out a way to bring value. And that was one of an idea that my friend had. And he said, these videos are great, just how are you bringing value? And that's when we tapped into top 3 things to do in the Lehigh Valley, top 3 things to do in Manhattan. And
I love that.
It was incredible. And then I started to work with like my first ever company, the PPL Center. A friend reached out and said, hey, why is the PPL Center or the Phantom Zone top 3 things to do in the Lehigh Valley? And he said, come down, do an episode. And it clicked. That's what the goal of Adventures with Julien needs to be, shedding light on greatness that is happening on the communities.
Love that, because it is connecting your positivity, which you have that vibe, with the people. And that's, even here on this show, you can see the positivity that's there. I know that we have a photo and we have a video, so I'd love to see that picture there. Julien, if you take a look and tell us about this one.
So these are my friends. I'm super grateful because Adventures with Julien, the merch, was a way for everybody to jump on board to that positive movement and just support it. And we did a couple of photo shoots, and also where I sent out merch to my friends, and they put it on their Instagrams. And these are the shirt designs, and there's more designs coming soon. My little brother, who's 14 years old, designs that, and Jacob Metzger, a good friend of mine, created the logo. So those are some pictures of the merch available on adventureswithjulien.com.
That's great. Now let's take a look at the video. We have a 1-minute video of Adventures in Julien, so take a look.
What's up guys, Julien Guiteau here, super excited because today we are on set of Adventures with Julien episode 11. We are at the Coca-Cola Park in Allentown, PA.
We have two different types of sessions. We have our semi-private personal training, which
What's up guys, Julien Guiteau here, and today we are back in PA, this time Sky Zone Bethlehem. Super excited.
Here at Sky Zone Bethlehem, we have our very own community outreach manager who does nothing but reaches out to listen.
Right, it means a lot.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for coming back, Julien. You're welcome anytime.
Of course.
Liven Up continues to be not just a gym, but a place of health, family, and love. Liven up, y'all. Thank you for joining me on episode 8 of Adventures with Julien. And as always, enjoy your day. And if you believe, you shall achieve. Peace.
Love it.
That was amazing.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, that was just some of the videos and put it into one. And the whole goal is to bring communities together through positivity. And I was able to go to Liven Up Health and Fitness and showcase what great things are happening in there. Most recently, Coca-Cola Park, the Iron Pigs, that was a super great episode. They gave us a full all-access tour. It's amazing to see that it started off from a tour in Times Square all the way to a tour of an all-access huge Coca-Cola Park stadium. And
it's your home.
Yes.
Lehigh Valley area where you graduated from college and DeSales. So
Yeah.
it's good to hear.
Definitely.
So remember, adventureswithjulien.com on Instagram and on Facebook. And I'm sure you'd love to connect with new people and
Yeah.
get to know them out there, people that are
Definitely.
watching. So now there's another one that we're going to take a look at for the next half called Chillin with Julien. Tell us the difference between the two. if you
Yes,
could.
Chillin with Julien, the goal is interviewing inspiring individuals to inspire others. So watching interviews growing up, I always got inspiration from people when they talk about their stories because you don't know the full scope of what they did to get to where they are. So I thought, what if I created a podcast where I'm reaching out to inspiring individuals that I find super inspiring. So the first episode was with Corinne Gabriella. She's an amazing musician, and I got to learn about what she does.
I saw that.
It was a cool experience. The second one was with Carlos Neto and Elodie. They're both dancers and choreographers in New York. Learned about what they did, and at the end of the segment, they get to showcase their art. And we're working on the third episode coming up, and I'm excited for it. It's a cool way for people to just get inside of how people are making things happen.
Speaking of art and movement, I'm talking to someone who's no stranger. He's such a great dancer. And I know that, I don't know if the next video we'll see this during the second half, not quite yet, but maybe we'll get to see a little bit of that too. What's that like for you?
So I started dance, let me think, 6th grade, and went on the dance team in 7th grade, and it changed my life primarily because it kept me out of trouble. I was performing at school and people were seeing what I can do, and it opened up so many opportunities. And all the way from 7th grade all the way to now, it's still become something I truly love. So
You can tell.
I'm not gonna stop.
That's so great. We do have to take a break. We'll be right back in a few minutes on The Positive Side on RVN TV.
Say we've got grit, and we'll take it as a compliment. Because it's our uncommon drive, our spark within, that brings us together and sets us apart. We are temple made. And when others take shortcuts, when others take breaks, when others take the easy way, we take charge.
Add us on social media to watch bloopers, behind the scenes footage, previews, and more.
I work 13 hours a day, 6 days a week. So when I'm off the clock, I gotta get stuff done. So when I need a snack, I need something healthy, tasty, and easy to eat. Like wonderful pistachios without the shells. They're protein-powered, delicious, and great on the go. And that's perfect for me. Thanks, Liz. A woman without a lot of time.
Whether you're a gourmet cook or just want to eat like one, visit Rostelli.
Welcome back to The Positive Side on RVN TV with my positive guest, Julien Guiteau. Welcome back.
Thank you.
After the break. Before the break, we talked about one of his websites and sites that he works on called Adventures with Julien. Now we have another one called Chillin with Julien, which he told us about right before the end of the break. So we do have a video. Take a look.
What's up, guys? Julien Guiteau here. Today we are on Chillin with Julien, first ever episode. We have our special guest today, Corinne Gabriella, here with us today.
What's up, everybody? It's Corinne Gabriella. I just want to say thank you to Julien, Chillin with Julien.
We have a speed round. You're gonna have to answer them as quickly as possible. Favorite game show?
Jeopardy.
Favorite food?
Ooh, Dominican breakfast.
Favorite holiday?
Christmas!
Carlos, thank you for joining us on episode 2.
Of course. So back in Portugal, I used to do martial art. I think I dance because there's nothing else that I would see myself doing now.
I love Julien's videos. Both Adventures with Julien and also Chillin with Julien. So you can see the positivity. We all need that. And your daily inspirations on social media, they're always so uplifting.
I appreciate that.
You tell people to just get out there and be positive. Look at the great things that are in front of you and just see the gifts that you have and bring those gifts to others. So
Definitely. It definitely changes your perspective on your day-to-day. I wake up super early to get to work, and I feel if that quote is on my Instagram story or Facebook story, or even Snapchat story, it helps other people get a good start to their day as well. So that's the goal, is just bringing that positivity all around 24/7.
you do.
Thank you.
On his website, it says Julien knows that his work ethic and commitment will pay off if he keeps pushing his limits and trusting his abilities. I would give that message to anyone watching, trusting your abilities. Also, Julien's aspirations for being successful in the marketing industry are strong. He's also becoming the best version of himself. I'll agree with that. You are becoming the best version of yourself.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You are. One of the topics we wanted to talk about was work.
Yes.
You started out at a place we all probably know and have been to called Staples, and you worked there. So tell us about that and the transition into college and the workforce.
Yeah, so Staples was a big core of how I got to where I am now, primarily because I was a cashier, working the register for my full shift, speaking to different people every single day. You have to learn how to work with different people, different personalities, and that definitely enhanced my communication skills as well, because you have to be a really great communicator in order to solve problems and also help customers with anything they need. It definitely helped me navigate how to communicate with others, definitely in school, work, and I'm grateful for that because it definitely changed my whole perspective into where I want to be in my career. And I was recognized for customer service primarily because being the Employee of the Month for Outstanding Customer Service is something where you have to bring your A game every single day. You have to be a great communicator. You have to be good at solving problems. And for them to award me with that, it gave me the confirmation, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to speak to people. I have to be around people, whatever I'm doing, because I love working with them.
It comes through, and as you were speaking, another thing came to me. Just in dealing in our daily life, don't we all know when somebody cares? That's another thing. You care, so you're dealing with these customers, and you actually care about the outcome of finding them the solution. So you're an authentic person.
I appreciate that.
You really are.
It means a lot.
Now, we can't not talk about a place called DeSales University, which is an awesome university that my daughter graduated from, Elaine DeSantis. She's on a mission trip right now. You're a 2018 graduate.
Yes.
We said we were going to talk about something called the Bulldog Bash. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so the Bulldog Bash is a huge welcoming event that the sales puts on every single year. The students that are high school students, they're thinking about making that final decision if they want to be at the sales. And that Bulldog Bash, we changed the whole gym into extravagant, cool looking experience. And the goal is to just share what the sales has to offer. And I was walking, I think it's my junior year, walking down the hallway, and I see a flyer that says, I'm looking for MCs and performers for the Bulldog Bash. I auditioned for both. I love to dance and never really had a mic in my hand, but I gave it a try. And they said, congrats, you're gonna be the MC and the performer. So that was 2017. That day changed my life primarily because I realized the gifts that I had. I knew I had them, but the fact that other people were telling me, hey, this is amazing, hey, this is amazing, it kind of gave me that confidence to continue. So the following year, 2018, I auditioned again for the host and performer, did it again, and that was when it clicked, okay, Julien, you have to continue to do this and shed light, because I saw the smiles on people's faces, and
I was one of them.
I knew I had to continue doing it, so I think that's what helped me know, like, okay, Adventures with Julien has to happen, Chillin with Julien has to happen, where I'm constantly collaborating.
God really brought it all together for you. It's just amazing to hear. It just came into my mind, and I'm going to say this because I think you are a good mentor for young people, or anyone really, to finding that positivity and that perseverance that we all need in life. So I think Julien is a great role model. Have you ever thought about that? Or have you done any mentoring with younger people?
I definitely felt like I was born into that, primarily because being the oldest of four, you have to be responsible. You have to make sure you're making a good example. For my younger brother, my younger sister, and my other younger brother, I always had that responsibility. So when I came into college, and then I was a career ambassador, helping students with resumes, cover letters, externships. Being a mentor definitely just continued from there. And I definitely take that responsibility to heart, primarily because I know there's younger students at the school, or maybe just young people in general, who see me and see what I'm doing, and if they wanted to do something like that or go somewhere in their path, I definitely take responsibility for letting them know it is possible.
That's right. I know that's a big part of your message, is that what is possible through positivity, faith, thinking that, knowing that, and seeing your gifts and using those gifts to bring the world, goodness.
God is good.
And you're doing it. God is good. So why don't we talk more about positivity? And if there's somebody watching, there's people who do go through, rough times, or they're not sure of themselves. Would you have some tips for them, positive messages that you want to share with others?
Eventually there's going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. Continue to put in that work ethic, because it can take you to places you'll never imagine. For me, I'd never thought starting something on YouTube would lead me to being here, sitting down with you. I see this as a great opportunity, and see this as something up here, primarily because just a kid from Queens chasing his dreams is always how I thought of who I was. And I continue to live like that, continue to be grateful for every opportunity. So for anybody that wants to achieve what they want, at the end of the day, you have to believe in yourself. My favorite quote is, if you believe, you shall achieve. So believe in yourself, and you can achieve anything you want.
You have to connect with him on social media. It gives me that positivity when I wake up in the morning, when I see that Instagram post or Facebook message that you have there, and it's just great.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It really is. What about mission? That's another thing we want to talk about. Is, you're in your mid-20s now, and as time goes along, do you see any type of vision that you're looking for your life, or can you tell our viewers about that?
So I'm 23 right now. I just turned 23 August 13th.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, I appreciate that. My mission is to be the true unlocker of one's potential. At the end of the day, I was given a platform. If you rewind to the Bulldog Bash, someone believed in me. They put me on the stage in front of 1,300 people and trusted me to have a great event. It was a great turnout. A lot of people enjoyed it. And my mission is to let people know that they can do something, because at the end of the day, if someone has all this talent, all this potential, but they just need that little push, I want to be that guy to help that. Because someone did that for me, and looking down the road, I really can't predict what the outcome will be, but my goal is to continue to produce content that brings inspiration to people, continue to be a good role model to my siblings and the younger generation, and just continue to stay authentic no matter how much success you get from the things you're doing. Just continue to remember home. Yeah. And
you do. I know you do. So I know that sometime we'll come back here in another year or more, and we'll see even more happening, and I'm excited for that. I'm excited for your future. I'm excited for your present.
That means a lot.
Yes, thank you. So now we're going to talk a little bit about family. So you did share a little about your siblings, and I know that your aunt and your parents, so whatever you want to share with us.
Yeah, so I'm the oldest of four. I'm grateful for my mom and my dad and my aunt and uncles, and just all extended family, grandmothers, grandfathers, aunts, uncles. I definitely could not get anywhere without them, primarily because they're the backbone of what you see now. They pushed me when I needed to be pushed in school. They pushed me when I needed to be pushed at work, and all the advice, all the inspiration, all the positivity, that's a buildup of what they taught me. So shout out the family.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello from the positive side.
I'm grateful for them, so yeah.
Yeah. You're doing a lot of things now. So you have Viacom, and you have Adventures with Julien, Chillin with Julien. Any other side projects?
Let me think.
Or is that enough?
The thing is that I continue to create things on the side, whether that be like a short film. Shout out my friends at the sales who continue to collaborate with me when I have like a idea. I always message them, hey guys, I have an idea, and they always jump on board. So short films, I definitely want to get into some acting down the road, but Adventures with Julien and Chillin with Julien are the main things right now.
That's right, and you're balancing it with Viacom. Tell us more about that position. I know that was a dream for you to get there.
So being a career ambassador at the Sales University, we have the opportunity to take a trip to a company just to learn how work life is. Big shout out to the Career Development Center. I'm super grateful for them. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. But they managed to have Viacom be the trip that we were gonna go to. And an alum from 2012 gave us a full tour of Viacom. My jaw dropped. I was in love with the company, and it was definitely what I was looking for. They're an innovative, creative type of company, and I wanted to be there so bad, so I definitely reached out to as many people as possible, whether that be social media, whether that be email. Fast forward 7 months, where I actually went to a networking event, met some really great people, and got the call for the interview. The next morning, got the position, and I'm just grateful.
The next morning.
It was surreal.
Wow.
It happened so quick, but I'm just super grateful for the opportunity. Love the people I work with, and just looking to grow over there.
I want to mention one of Julien's other websites, just so that you have all the information. Julien Guiteau, and his last name is spelled Guteau.wixsite.com. That's another one of your websites, in addition to adventureswithjulien.com.
Yes.
And then chillinwithjulien.com. Is that also a website?
I haven't created that, but maybe in the future.
That's right. But I know that you're on all of the other social media platforms.
Yeah.
So anyway, I can't believe it. It's gone so quickly, this half hour, and
Definitely.
I definitely would love to have you come back.
Definitely.
To the positive side.
It would be an awesome thing to do.
I shouldn't say come back, he's already there, isn't he? He's already on the positive side. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Here, come back again. We'll see you next time on the positive side on RVN TV with Julien Guiteau.
Thank you, guys.